boys and girls. Welcome to the Lowdown County Cop Watchers. Just wanted to touch base with you guys. Before everybody gets excited, I'm gonna have a little of my Delta 8 cartridge. Well, it's not a cartridge; it's actually flour. But anywho, back to the important parts. If any of you guys have been following my story, sorry I haven't had an update in a while. You know how it goes. Things like this, you just try to not think about, you know. I want to talk to you a little bit about my court appearance tomorrow and what happened the last time. When I went in for my last court date, I did meet my attorney. What did I do with his name? Thomas McIntyre. And first, I just want to start from the beginning of the day. I noticed an attorney, I sit back and I watch things. So I had noticed 1 to 4 attorneys that were always over at the prosecutor's desk. I mean, they were cutting up and laughing and patting each other on the back and, you know, obviously, very friendly with each other. No degree of professionalism whatsoever. You know, patting each other on the back and smiling and cutting up. When you got an entire room full of people that are scared and nervous. And it's just not professional. Not at all. So after 3 or 4 hours of watching this guy, and I didn't know yet who he was, but after 2 or 3 hours of watching him cut up, I'm kind of thinking, well, these must be like assistant prosecutors or something, because there were some other attorneys sitting on the other side of the room. And they didn't seem like they were too friendly with the prosecution. And I thought, well, these must be the defense attorneys, you know. And I hope I get one of those guys. The next thing is I finally hear my name called. And guess what? Sure enough, it's this big lanky dude. And far be it from me to stereotype a man on the way he looks. But, he's supposed to be a defense lawyer. And no offense, Mr. McIntyre, but, your personal look and whatnot, I try not to stereotype and whatnot, but, I don't know, you just strike me as, and maybe I'm wrong, I hope I am, but you strike me as an attorney. I mean, your hair was unkempt. And no offense intended, maybe you'd like to know this so you can pick out a different hairdo, but I mean, it literally looks like somebody put a bowl on the man's head. And anyway, I don't want to make it personal. Maybe he does know how to help me, but I just don't get that feeling. I mean, what kind of attorney tells you, I'm not going to be here for your next hearing, but I'll be there for the one after, don't worry. I know I'm on public defender, and beggars can't be choosers, but I am entitled to an attorney that is going to do his best, regardless of who his buddies are and who he powwows with. I mean, God forbid we should piss off the district attorney, right? And yeah, Lee Ledbetter, do you remember me? I remember you. You defended me one time back when you were just a public defender, and you did the same damn thing. I had a police officer that arrested me while I was 500 yards up the road walking. And basically, he told me on the way down, if I didn't shut my mouth, he would have me charged with murder and just let the judge sort it out. And this is the type of thing I'm talking about here. I know you don't believe me, but it happened, and these are the type of officers you've got out on the streets. They don't give a damn because they're protected. They're like little princes and princesses. I mean, ask James Davis. He's used his position several times over the years to help his wife. But we'll get back to that in a minute. Yeah, my attorney's not going to be attending my next trial in the morning. And we'll see if he shows up. But I mean, you guys down in the replies and all, anybody that's still keeping up with me, I would really appreciate any advice you have down there, or anything you can say or do to help me out. Because that don't feel normal. I think my attorney should be there every time I have to be there. And also, again, I want to challenge anybody that doesn't believe me. Go down and walk into the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office, or the Lenoir City Police Department, or the Loudoun Police Department, and just say, I want to file a complaint on an officer. And you just see what happens. You just see if that works out like you think it will. You come down to Loudoun County and ask to speak to somebody in internal affairs. No. I've sent in multiple FOIA requests, and they don't even do the courtesy of replying, because they want you to know that you're just a fucking schmuck. Why are you questioning me? I'm a motherfucking cop. You don't question me. And that's their attitudes here. You can see my video. I had one good cop that I was talking to, getting ready to get in my truck and leave. One other cop shows up, finds out that that I went to high school with Jimmy Davis, because, yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of Jimmy Davis and let him know what's going on down there and try to initiate some changes. And what did it get me? Arrested. As soon as you watch the tape, as soon as he finds out that I'm that Jimmy Davis friend, have you been drinking? Goes all this. I had a 15-minute encounter with a deputy. Not once did he ask me if I had anything to drink or anything like that. And the man stated he was a 12-year veteran of the Sheriff's Department. So what? You think that other cop just didn't notice if I was drunk or anything? Come on, man. And if this ends up on a stand, T. Branson, you're going to be called. And, you know, I'm not stupid. I know that thing you held up, your little body cam. I know the difference between the green light and the red light, but you're going to have to sit and be swore in on a Bible and swear before God that you never heard me say that I didn't want my truck searched. And then you're going to have to stand there and be ridiculed by your superior, because he's going to try to make you look like that you're too stupid to have noticed I was drunk. He's not going to think about this, Mr. Branson, Officer Branson. He is not going to admit that he overreacted. That means that calls your performance into question. And do you think he won't throw you under the bus? Ask John Houston. Ask a lot of retired cops. Ask Jeff Vidito. Let's see. Ask, I believe, Todd Bryant and a few others that have literally quit the Lenoir City and Loudoun County departments because they said you can't be a good Christian and a police officer at the same time. You can't do it. Now, if these men are heroes and anointed by God, shouldn't they be protected? I've sent in several FOIA complaints. What's the matter, Tim Guider? And what's the matter, Chief White? Are you afraid to answer me? Are you afraid to take a complaint on your officers? You know, this show is not a one-way street. I invite, in fact, I beg, anytime any one of you want to come on my show, and we will not censor it, we will sit here and have a heart-to-heart conversation, and I will not. I give you my word. This channel is about transparency. It's not about whether I'm right or you're wrong. It's about transparency. And let these people out in the world decide what's right or what's wrong. That's what I want. And I don't think it's too much to ask. We're supposed to live in a society where you're innocent until proven guilty. What proof do you have? I was protesting. And yeah, protesting sometimes requires you to raise your voice. And then, of course, you get hecklers. And, what, am I not allowed to respond to a heckler? I mean, you guys need to learn what a protest is. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a group of people. It only takes one for a protest. So, I mean, the way I see it, the ranking officer, he used his authority to deprive me of my rights, and that is a criminal offense. I believe it's Title 18, Section 284, something like that. It shall be against the law for any person of authority, a police officer, a military officer, or employee, soldiers. It's you can't use your authority in a manner so as to deprive a citizen of their rights. That is a felony, and it is a federal offense too. I just want to see these guys be held accountable because they run this county like they do no wrong. I mean, every police officer in this county is a hero, big time. And if you even questioned one of them, ping, pong, ping, yeah, you still get your ass kicked down here. When I refused to take my underwear off in an uncontrolled situation, I mean, I'm not saying that all I'm saying is, you know, these guys, they could have leaned over and pulled my underwear down. Had my hands on top of my head. I took a total pacifist stance. But instead of that, they had to tackle me, twist my arm up behind my back, bend me over a bench with my naked asshole up in the air. I literally thought they were going to rape me, or maybe had a prisoner coming in to rape me. You don't understand what that's like when you scream for help and nobody ever comes. This is not what law enforcement was supposed to be about. Not at all. Protect and serve, yeah, the elitist agenda. Well, I'm going to call it off for now. And again, I reissue my challenge. Anybody wants to come and be on my show here, I invite you any day of the week, any time of the year. I'm right here. Just shoot me an email over to Loudoun County Cop Watchers. Let me know you want to do an interview with me, and let's get that done. I mean, I'm not here to silence anybody. Not like you. You'll do everything to shut me up, even arrest me and put me in jail if you don't like what I'm saying. But you know what? I'm bigger than that. You can come and be on my show and you can say any damn thing you want. I'm going to give equal... I mean, if anybody wants to come in and be on the show with me, then please do. I promise, if you respect me, I'll respect you. And but that's I mean, it is, but it isn't a two-way street. You can't. I don't respect you just because you're a cop. I mean, I appreciate, you know, y'all going out and picking people up off the roads, helping direct traffic with the and saving lives. You know, when there's wrecks or accidents and things like that. But let's leave the real police work to the educated folks and not your gut feelings, because your gut feelings are often wrong. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I challenge Chief White, and I challenge anybody from the Loudoun County Sheriff's Department, from, I mean, somebody on the top. I'm not going to sit here and listen to some brainwashed guy that you've been bringing along. But, you know, Tim Guider, Jimmy Davis, Tony Arden, you want to have a conversation? I give you my word. I'll film it just like it happens and put it up just like it happens. This is an open forum. This isn't my opinion over yours or anything like that. Anybody, get in touch with me, come on the show. Let's bring people some debates, and let's talk about some real deal issues. And let's find out why Loudoun County is called the Twilight Zone of the judicial system. Let's find out why a town with a population of 55,000 needs a massive jail complex. But that's another show for another time. That's that federal titty money right there. And also another show I'm going to be doing soon. I don't know if some of you saw the first one on my other channel, but I had done a story about wasteful spending in Loudoun County, and I kind of lost that in my swap over from my old YouTube to the Loudoun County Cop Watchers YouTube brand. So I've been taking a little film, and I'm going to get that one back up to you real soon. And also, I've got some interesting information, and I don't completely want to dog out money makers, because it's not their employees, but you know, I had my car towed that day too, and let's see here. Well, I'll get this another time. I've got receipts I can show you where I was charged $250. They actually asked me for $350, but settled at $250. And my truck was towed less than a mile from a private bank parking lot that was closed, so I know they didn't want it towed. And the only reason they did this was for spite, abuse of authority. When I picked it up, I asked the gentleman behind the counter, I won't call any names, don't want to get anybody in trouble, embarrass anybody, because he did. He knocked $100 off for me, because he too saw the obscenity of what's happening here. He also, I asked him, I said, how much would that have cost me if I'd called you myself to tow my truck from that bank parking lot less than a mile to Moneymaker's Wrecker Service? And he told me $75. Now, it's still high, but $350 is extortion. That's extortion, people. And it was done out of spite. That man abused his authority because he didn't like the questions I was posing to him. I didn't resist arrest. I didn't try to hurt him. He didn't like what I was saying, so he used his he abused his authority to make sure that I knew that he could do any goddamn thing he wanted to. And he also searched my truck after being asked not to repeatedly. When I got down to jail, I was held, I got into that jail around 6:15 p.m. I believe it was Saturday evening, and because of the whole underwear situation and everything, it was well over 12 hours before they even allowed me to make a phone call. I was placed in a restraint chair. I had pictures and images of where they tightened the straps down so tight that both of my wrists were just blue and yellow and purple. Very professional, gentlemen. Very professional. Did your mama not teach you about sticks and stones? Did your daddy not love you? I mean, what's the problem? I don't get it. But I do know one thing. You don't belong behind that badge. And times are a-changing. Just because of Big Brother. Remember when all us people were scared about the cameras and stuff? Ain't it ironic how that's coming back to bite you in the ass? Now it's Big Brother watching you too. And I don't go anywhere that I'm not on video. So you better know it. I'm not saying you don't want to fuck with me or being cocky, but I am saying if you're going to pull me over, you're going to be on film, and I'm going to get it all. If I have to go live on Facebook so you can't destroy it. It's ridiculous. If you want to see a police state, come to Loudoun County, Tennessee. And if you want to continue to live in a police state, vote for Jimmy Davis. Because he ain't going to do anything different. I've been trying to talk to him for 3 years about establishing a cop watch in Loudoun County. I have contacted him on Facebook repeatedly asking when I can come in and file a complaint against certain officers. And all Jimmy Davis did was send me a little emoji, the chill out emoji. I mean, this is the person that might be running your sheriff's department in a minute. Chill out, he says. Chill out. Well, Mr. Davis,